All right, so we're gonna do our devotion. This is a weekly devotion, but whether or not it's done every week, that's the question. So we in a car driving to Jacksonville, and so it's in the morning time, and we're gonna do one of our devotionals, and this devotion comes out of this book called #Stay Married, a Couple's Devotional, 30-minute weekly devotions to grow in faith and joy, from I Do to Ever After, by Michelle Patterson. So she referenced her spouse a lot in these. So whenever you hear that, me say Tony, that she's referring to him. So anyway, this is called Get Beyond Yourselves. Don't let selfishness and prideful agendas take over. Embrace true humility and lift your heads to extend love to others. Get beyond yourselves and protecting your own interests. Be sincere and secure your neighbor's interests first. Philippians 2:3-4. Gotta do the gotta before you do the wannas. It's one of many mantras in our home. I wish I thought of it, but it's actually a phrase Tony heard from his parents growing up. He shared it with me once, along with his disdain for it. But I loved it so much that I started using it with our kids. If they ask me for time with their electronics or to watch a show on Netflix, I usually say, sure. Then I look around and add, how does your room look? Are the toys picked up in the living room? You gotta do the gottas before you do the wannas. As soon as everything is taken care of, you could definitely watch a show. As adults, we're bombarded with the gottas every single day. You've gotta go to work. You got to do the laundry. You've got to pay your bills. You've got to go that very long meeting that feels like a big waste of time. You've got to remember to take the garbage out to the curb. The gottas are the part of adulthood that you couldn't imagine when you were a kid and all you wanted was to grow up and do everything by yourself. Well, we're grown-ups now and we have a lot of things to do. Because there are so many gottas, it's pretty easy to overlook the wannas and what I call the get-tos. I get to eat whatever I want, not that I should. I get to snuggle my kids. I get to stay up late. I get to listen to music I like throughout the day. The get-tos are the opportunities we have to enjoy life every day if we'll only look for them. In fact, you'll have an opportunity to go out of your way to be kind to your spouse today. I promise. You could bring them an unexpected latte. You could treat them a sweet thinking of. You could text them a sweet thinking of you message. You could check in with them to see if there's anything they need from the store on your way home. You could change their windshield wipers. You could rub their shoulders. In marriage, it's easy to end up in our own lanes, running parallel to each other. Often, we're so consumed with our usual responsibilities that we forget to connect with each other outside of making sure all of our gottas are taken care of. We can find ourselves waiting for our partners to extend kindness and generosity to us, forgetting that we should initiate kindness ourselves. When we decide to be purposeful about it and look for ways to make their day better, the blessing doubles. When we joyfully serve each other, our perspective rises off of ourselves and our gottas and our hearts expand, allowing more love to flow through. We need to be deliberate about looking for little ways to add joy, finding points of intersection and connection to meet each other there so we continue to grow together. If we don't prioritize those points of connection, we become exactly what we don't want to be, roommates. Today, you and I get to figure out a way to show and tell the most important people in our lives, our spouses, that we love them. It's not a gotta, it's a get to. Don't let the opportunity slip you by. That was it. That was a good read. Yeah. So, for a discussion, it says, what were some responsibilities you had growing up that you really didn't like?
For me, I didn't like that I had to how it was. My mom had to work, so I understood it, but it was just a little too much, I thought, for my liking. That was probably the biggest. And then there might have been other chores around the house I had to do, that I didn't like. Obviously, you're a kid, you don't want to do too many chores or whatever, but I get it.
For me, it was like hanging clothes on the line. We had to hang our clothes up on the line, and when they dried, we had to take them down, iron what had to be ironed, and put them away. And this all had to be done within the same day. And that's probably why I slack so much on laundry now, like for real. That's that's what we had to do. Get that laundry done, hung up, dried, put up, everything all within that same day. It was done.
I get it, because one thing that come to mind, now that you say that, painting. There were times when I had to paint, when I was a teenager growing up. And so now I know how to paint, but I just don't want to paint, like paint a wall or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So because it was just one of those hard things growing up that I just really didn't like doing, but again, had to do it. Not a whole lot, but I didn't really prefer to do it.
Yeah.
But I had to do it.
Well, that's why you don't want to help me paint.
Nope, that's right.
Yeah, but you do.
I still help them.
But if I have a painting job, I really expect to do most of it myself anyway. Like if I decide to paint something, I know that's not your thing. So we can very easily either hire someone. When I do it myself, I can just do it. But in certain things, it's just easier when you come in like the top. So.
Yeah.
All right, what is one thing you love about being an adult?
That for the most part, I can do what I want to do.
Yeah, I think that's about the same thing for me, really. Like, I can just...
Being an adult is like you graduated from childhood.
Yeah.
So you were able to, because a lot of things you weren't able to do as a child or a teenager that you can do as an adult, obviously. So it's like, it feels like it's almost like a graduation from that.
Yeah.
Like you earned it, is what I'm saying. You deserved it, you earned it, yeah.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of responsibilities, but I still would not. I think as an adult, I love being able to have my own voice, make my own choices, do when I do want to do, don't do when I don't want to do. Unless it's like, of course, responsibilities as an adult you have to do, but I mean like, as far as like being told things that you gotta do, and forced to do things that you're not comfortable with, and all that. So yeah. Share a memory of when you were delighted by something your partner did for you. I was delighted when it's a quite a few things I could say, but one of the things that really stick out to me that I absolutely love that he did is like one day I guess I wasn't having a good day and I went to work, and this was when I was working in the office or whatever, and came out to my car, and it was like a candle and a card in there, and just a card that was more like an motivation, a card encouraging, something encouraging, just something to kind of put a smile on my face and help make my day better. So that was something that I really appreciated, and I was delighted.
Yeah.
What about you?
I guess there's so many things. I remember I used to like the little CDs we used to make back when we used to have, when CDs were still like mainstream. You would make a little mid CD for me, to listen to. Have a little message with it. Each track might represent something that you were feeling.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Represent how I felt about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so it says pray, thank thank God for the many little things He blesses you each day. Thank God for the many little ways He blesses you each day. Ask Him to open your hearts and eyes to ways you can show kindness and humiliation to each other. And I feel like we pray that often, but it's good to be able to pray. It's good to pray and ask God to like help you in your service toward your spouse.
Yeah.
Because when you want to do things, you want to be of service, and you want to just do the things that you know that's going to help them or make them feel better, is you will find a way to do it. So,
yeah, you seek God's help and wisdom, and believe in Jesus that He's right there with you. Then you can't go wrong.
yeah.
He'll give you that wisdom and understanding of how to treat your spouse. And you can't go wrong with that. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. So, and hopefully your spouse is open and thankful and have gratitude for the things that you do toward them, you know, them, to serve them and stuff, and then, you know, receive those things. Because that's important too, to be the receiver, to be able to receive those things and be actually grateful for those as well. So, but that is the devotion. So hopefully that's one that somebody can get something out of and be able to take it and apply to your own marriage, and just build it up for the better.
Yeah. Or share the wealth, share the blessing, and apply it to someone else's marriage.
Yeah.
Like send the words of encouragement.
Yeah.
To someone else's marriage.
Absolutely. Okay, so that was our devotion for this week, and we hope that y'all got somebody got something out of it that, like he said, take and share or either apply to yourself. So this being the Joneses.